what's up? Mxxnshine Records in the house. Let's go in, see what the jig's all about.
What's up? What's up? Uptown Records.
Let's do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's about that time. It's about that time, y'all. Everything OG in the house. My name is Deviant the Digger, Mr. Everything OG.
B-Dub. On location.
Sure. We're up in Whittier today, y'all. Mxxnshine Records. Got my man Manny Martinez in the house.
Yeah,
What's up, boy?
Yeah. What's
Yes,
good?
sir.
What's
Yes,
good?
sir.
First location.
Thank you guys. Thank you for coming to the shop and being number one. And you being my number one.
Yes, sir.
You are the reason why we do this show.
Thank you.
Kept.
Thank you.
It was an idea from when you used to laugh at our conversations. I said, you know what? Man, we can make a show out of this. It all
That's
started
cool.
here.
That's cool. That's
Well,
cool.
first off, tell us about yourself, man.
My name is Manny Martinez. Go by Manny Mxxnshine. It's a nickname that my brother gave me as a kid. He'd always come by and say, "Yo, what's up, Mxxnshine?" So, just a local DJ. I've been always a local DJ, and I love music. I'm a music lover for sure, just like you guys. And that's it. Now I'm living my dream. Thank you guys for being in my dream as we're speaking. You guys are in my dream.
Live and technical.
Yeah, for real. So this is my little shop, and we sell records.
Tell them your address, man, where they can see it.
Oh, the address is 7028 Greenleaf Avenue in Uptown Whittier.
So in your words, what makes your shop stand out from the rest of the record stores out here in Southern California?
You know, as a business owner, you want to separate yourself from your brothers. Every brother's different. You know, you don't want to be twins in this thing. You want to give the option to where, hey, you know what? If Record Jungle doesn't have it, Lavelle's doesn't have it, Mxxnshine might have it, and we all, within all the other record shops that I mentioned, we all carry a little bit of our own special spices that we have. So, knowing that, I've been a digger for a long time. I've been digging. And one of the first things I did as a pre-record store owner was, what do I like about these stores? What makes me come back to these stores? They all have something different, and there was something I didn't like about the store too. You know, I'm sure there's people that hate my store or never even walked in and said, I don't need it. So it's just one of those things that I apply it to my shop.
In the day of eBay, Discog, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, the big internet world that we live in today in 2018, how are you able to basically navigate having a brick and mortar model in 2018? You
know, having the relationship with my customers. I think to me, everything customer is knowing your customers individually. You know, to me is key. I learned that in my retail business and retail that I've worked in the malls. I've worked in the malls for quite a long time. And I've learned that if you know them by first name, they feel like they're welcome. You ask them about their kids, you ask them about their family, you paid attention to them. You know, now they want to come and spend their money into your shop. And I think that's something that I kind of add, you know, and what I do.
I know you DJ too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And is there anything that comes in the shop that you're like, you know what, I can't sell this one, I got to keep it for my set?
I've kept a couple. You know, there are some things that I do keep for myself, but that's rare. The rare stuff will always go to my customers first.
Okay. One thing you told me a long time ago when I first started coming here, you said, you know what? Yeah, of course, I'm a record store that has a wall like anybody else, has a display wall, new stuff that comes in like anybody else, like any other record store that, you know, has that.
Yes.
But you said, I like to put some stuff in the bins, you said.
Yeah, correct.
That may not make the wall, even though it should make the wall.
Yeah, there's
I find that very interesting.
Explain that whole method.
It kind of hurts me as, you know, because people do like to see a wall full of juice. And there's times where I'm like, oh my God, look at that. But then it's the one guy who comes and swallows the whole thing up, you know? And I know, because I've seen you guys swallow up record stores
I've been
myself.
that guy, and so is he.
That's why. And actually, that was my strategy for you two guys. It's funny how we all inspire each other. But I was like, I cannot have Deviant the Digger and Building Block coming in here and swallowing up my wall. I get it,
Pause.
but I want a little bit. But I want a little bit of. I want everybody to kind of get it, you know. And I would see those same 4 or 5 guys, and you guys would beat me too. Even before I knew you guys, I'm like, oh man, who's the little black and the skinny black guy dude that are buying everything, you know? And then finally we started following each other previous to me having the shop. And but that's something that I learned is that, you know, when you're digging and you're like, what is this doing in the bins?
Yeah.
That's what I want my reaction. I want that reaction with my customers.
Like, oh shit, look what I found.
Like, this is not even on the wall. Like, yeah, it's here for you. You know, it's here for you. Yeah, and a lot of times my walls have absolutely nothing. There'll be a 99-cent record on the wall. They're like, man, what's this guy have? But I always put it. It's in the bins. It's in the bins. It will always be in the bins.
Nice.
I had a question about buys. Have you ever had a buy where it just didn't work out?
Yeah, actually, the very first buy I ever had here as a store, guy came in with a bunch of techno and house music, and that's something that I specialize in. So I looked at it, I'm like, well, wow. And I paid $100 for it, and I was like, yeah, cool. Probably worth $10, you know. But it was something that me, as a person, I knew what was in there. But it was going to take me, it took me forever to flip it. I think I didn't even flip it for that much.
Yeah.
You know, and there's times where you lose money. You lose money because you see the one, and you got to calm yourself. And I've learned to do that. I've learned to where I don't get so excited for these. And sometimes, you know, you can get amazing records for a couple bucks.
How long do you think you could be in the game?
And I know we all kind of burn out. Even when we're digging, we burn out. We're like, I don't want to be. I want to focus on something else.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens. Is like after a while, smelling dusty records, to some may get old.
And you find everything or most of the stuff you want, and you're like, I can slow down now.
Yeah, or you flip through it. You flip through millions, 30 years of records, and you've pretty much seen it all.
Yeah.
You know, and the ones that you don't see, you pull the trigger and you sell those. You know, but for the most part, it's like somebody said, you're not gonna be a billionaire selling records. At least no one's done it yet. You know, Andy may be the closest. You know, but we're all watching, and you know, and we all aspire, You know, we're all watching. We all gain, you know, and that's why I don't have a problem, you know, mentioning other record stores, because I gain inspiration from them. I gain inspiration from you guys, and you know, that's just the name of the game. If you're not inspired and you're not inspired around the people, man, then maybe you need to do something else.
We're going to talk about some of our favorite records that we found in a record store, some of our come-ups. Gems that we found in a record shop. Anyway, first up, what records you got first? We're going to let our guests go first.
Actually, you know what? We put them all in the back here.
Oh, wow.
You know what? We'll talk about that shaft. Let me grab it right quick.
Yeah. Grab that shaft.
I'm gonna say I had been looking for this record for a long time. I didn't know that this Bumpy's Lament was even on this, and I just kept the chimes on this record are a monster, and had to get it. This was something I fished out of what does it say? Oh, Tangerine. I think this is out in Orange County.
Oh, nice.
Bought this in Orange County for $4.
Yeah, this is a dope version.
Amazing. Dr. Dre.
But say sample snitch real quick.
Samples.
Explosive. Dr. Dre's on there.
Yeah, and it's just a beautiful song.
Mobb Deep too.
Yeah, to play at 45. Oh my God.
Biggie and Lil' Kim used it first for Drink, you know, on her album.
Oh, Drugs.
Drugs.
Yeah,
Drugs.
Drugs.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that Drugs.
Another sample snitch. Anyway, that's a dope pick, man.
Thank you. That's one of my favorites.
What you got there, young Building Block?
I got the first record that I, as the first customer of Mxxnshine Records, bought. Gene Harris.
Nice.
And the 3 Sounds.
I remember you hitting me up for that. You're like, you still got that Gene Harris? I'm like, well, I haven't even really officially opened yet. You were the first one in line.
Why did you want that record so bad? Because it got the Paul's Boutique sample in there, or?
You know, I'm not a big fan of Paul's Boutique, so that really wasn't the reason why I got it.
Yeah, for sure.
I was on the Gene Harris, Monk Higgins kick. I was just trying to get everything by them, and so you know, I grabbed it.
We're gonna start with a place that I got this record right here. Bam! I know what that is, right? Little Boy Blues in the house. And I got this from my man Adrian Young in the Art Form Studios.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, for me, this is a record I was looking for a very long time, and ever since Jay-Z came out with Allow Me to Reintroduce Myself, My Name is Hove, on the Black albums, which Just Blaze used a sample on here for the song called Seed of Love.
Buck Wild used the best though.
I disagree. For an interlude, so the interlude is better than the Just Blaze production.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the interlude was
You
first.
believe that too?
Yeah.
How would you think that?
The interlude was first. If it
It's
wasn't
just-
for the
This thing was
interlude.
first.
Buck
Wild,
That's Buck
OC.
Wild.
But first don't mean better though.
Yes. You
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it
First
does.
don't mean better though.
It means
Sometimes
original.
it does.
By the way, Boot Camp Click used it before Just Blaze did. But
Yeah, and theirs sucked.
but I kinda
Shout out
like
to the beat miners though.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Boots.
but I have been wanting this record for a long time, and I have been asking all kind of dealers for it. You know, me go to record conventions, ask people for it. Like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Because like, even though it's on Fontana, it's one of the Fontana records that you just don't see.
I just remember it being random white dudes in the in the
Afro.
field here with the
Yeah.
purple. That's how I remember it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I remembered.
Exactly.
I only
And-
remember
and
by cover.
I only knew one dealer at City had it, but never brought it out for me. You know what I mean? So I was like, he said, I don't know what happened. So I finally came across this not too long ago at the Art Forum. Shout out to Adrian Young. Dope record. If you don't have it, scoop it up.
Word.
Next in the gang, Young Manny.
You know what? Since we are in Whittier and you got me running back and forth here, did I see that? Here we go.
The Midnighters.
The Midnighters.
Oh,
Here we go.
no.
Now, this is another big one here for Whittier. Any West Coast Chicano, funk, soul. This here to Los Angeles is a giant record. Giant record, funk, soul. This is garage. It kind of fits all those little bit of genres.
What is
and
garage? I never-
garage is going to be more of your like more of your stripped down rock and roll with less production in it.
Okay.
Just like if you would recorded it at home. And that's what a lot of the garage is. It's just a stripped down, bare bones rock and roll. And this one here, Whittier Boulevard and Whittier. Can't say enough about Little Willie G. Is still doing this thing. But yeah, these records are highly sought after here on the West Coast, even on the East Coast. Midnighters.
What's the appeal? Why does everybody want the Midnighters or that type of?
Because you get a little bit of everything. You know, you could here they've got Whittier Boulevard, which was kind of a almost like a hot rod song. Then you get some of their almost like ballads on their other albums, and they are killing it. Little Willie G's voice on this album is as smooth as silk. It's just something for the lowrider culture.
Okay.
That got really, really big, and it was something that the lowrider culture really, really adapted to.
Nice.
And that is the Midnighters.
All right.
Nice.
Well, since we're talking about the lowrider culture, and since we're still in the Whittier area, I'm going to bring up the Village Callers live.
Yes, sir.
And I got this from, I don't know if you really can call it a record store, but they have records.
I mean, you might as well call it a record store. It's like almost all records in there.
I got this from a record/furniture store called Sanford's Vintage.
Oh, yeah.
And I just recently found out about them, maybe about a few months ago or so, you know, on Instagram. And I checked them out, and they posted this up, and I ran and got it.
Ran.
Even
they said that. They said, "Damn, we really put the phone down, and he's at the door already."
You know,
With no shoes on.
and you know, in this song, you know, it has this, you know, has soul on it. Heard it through the grapevine, the cover. But the key, what everybody wants this for, is for Hector, Part 1 and Part 2. Which, if you're an Ultimate Breaks and Beats fanatic, you know what that is. If you a Teddy Riley's fan and you like New Jack Swing, you down with Hector. And I just noticed they got a medley of Aretha Franklin hits on it, which is crazy because she just passed away 2 days ago. So shout out to Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
Shout out.
Village Callers love you.
Saying shout out to the Queen.
Rest in peace.
So we got a store up in Burbank. You might have heard of it called Atomic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Been there many times in the 90s.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Atomic is one of them stores like you're always gonna find something dope there. And you know, I'm in the jazz section, and I'm walking around. And I'm like, I see this. And I'm like, oh my god, I've been looking at this for a minute. Groove Holmes, Osanya Joy, and this is the one Groove Home album that just eluded me.
What's the Philip Groove Holmes? I never got into him, man. I know he's an organ player, but
He's funky. He got some funky cuts. This album right here, though, "Song from My Father" was the cut, and everybody might know it is the sample that Most Def and the Bush Babies used. But when they biggest hit, they biggest hit.
Remember We?
Not that one, the other one. Remember We wasn't dope.
What was it?
Just remember the one on
The one
the
without
bus.
Most Def on the hook. Everybody.
That was whack too.
You crazy. That was the
The
banger.
Bush
Well, was that like late
That was a
90s?
banger.
I don't know, man.
That was a banger.
Maybe in
man.
Long Beach, but in the rest of the
No.
world, that
New
shit
York,
was whack.
banger.
I don't know, man. I'm not feeling that song either.
No, I was living in New York at the
I don't remember
time.
that
I don't recall them ever blasting that in the club.
Nah, that was a big one.
That was not a
big one.
tunnel banger.
No. I'm happy to finally find us. Thank you, Atomic. Next up in the game, Young Manny.
Oh, man, you got me running back and forth. Here we go. Next one. Stan Getz and Louis Bonfa. Got this one here at my boys, Dave Noise, in Newport, Costa Mesa. Probably before he was even Factory Records. I think I bought this when it was Noise off of Harbor, I think, right by the 7-Eleven. This is a J Dilla, beautiful, just sounding. If you just love jazz samba, this is Stan Getz. You just cannot, you don't even strike with this motherfucker. It's so amazing. Best jazz, J Dilla, running sample from Running, Far Side. Got this for maybe like $6 or $7 back then. One of my favorite albums. Stan Getz.
Nice.
We're gonna keep it up in here in the Montebello area, and we got the Professionals on tour.
Yes, sir.
And this one is famous for the sample of the
Godfather.
theme from The Godfather,
Yes.
Yeah.
used by the Jungle Brothers on their third and wackest album. For a remix, the Jeep remix or something. But
No. It's for the How You Want We Got
Yeah,
It.
the How You Want
That
It.
song was dope.
Oh, yeah.
Only dope
that's
song
about
on the
the
album.
only dope song. But I got this lovely song from the Record Jungle. Shout out to my man Andy. And I when I bought this record, I ruffled a few feathers.
I remember when he posted that.
I had a few people block me over this record. But hey man, you know, it's a good record. If you ever see it, get it. Matter of fact, I think you asked me to get it for you. And when I realized what it was you would ask me to get, I was like, no, I'm not.
No, but thank you.
You know? No, my brother.
You gotta get your own.
You gotta get your own.
There's another record store called Record Parlor.
Record parlor.
You know what I'm saying? And one day I walked in there on the wall, I saw this. And anybody that is really into modern soul boogie knows this is like a grail for anybody that's into boogie modern soul funk. And this is Michael Silver, Real Love. And it's a very rare piece. And it's crazy because it's really actually only like a 12-inch single almost. You know what I mean? There's a couple like 3 songs on there, but they all
What label
banging.
is that? What label is that?
Joy. Joy Records is from like 85.
Mm.
And goes for a little bit of money. But like it says, 3 songs in there, but they all bang, and it's got a fat drum break too. And I definitely recommend it if you ever find it for on a humble, scoop it. And thank you, Record Parlor. This was a dope find. And I got other dope records out of Record Parlor too, but this is one of my favorite ones that I got on Record Parlor. So Michael Soward, I recommend it. Scoop it up. Yes, sir. Next up, Manny Moonshine. What you got, man?
Yeah, man. So next one I got here is Herbie Hancock, Imperial Isle.
Yes.
Right? I'm like, eyeless. That's what happens when your English is a second language. No. Here this year, picked it up for actually 92 cents back when they used to have dollar sales at the record surplus in Santa Monica. I actually ditched work. I faked that I was sick just to go dig for $1. And this is the only thing I bought, but this was worth it. It was worth it. I couldn't believe that I walked away with this.
Worth the day's pay of
Was
work.
it in good condition?
Yo, man, you know what? I don't even remember. We gotta pull this out. Yeah, it plays.
Hey.
It plays, and it's on Blue Note, and that's good enough.
Yes,
No
sir.
cracks, no pops, no skips. No stems, no sticks, no seeds.
That's what's
Actually,
beautiful about them old Blue Note records. They took a beating and they kept on
Still
ticking.
playing.
They
You know what I'm
really
saying?
do, man. They really do. These New York pressings,
Deep
man.
groove.
I heard like there's a famous sample in there.
Yes,
too.
famous sample, the Cantaloupe. That's
Oh,
what I
that's what
remember.
it's on?
Yeah,
For
Us Three. That's
And
it
then
right there.
and I heard there's a chick back in the '90s. Her name was Simply E.
Yeah.
She had a song called "Play My Funk."
Yeah.
Oh, really? I don't
That's
remember
on
that.
there. But I think like Rakim used the same
used it.
sample she
He
did
used it
though.
better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did.
That's an instance where at first it's not necessarily better.
But sometimes, yeah, when you got to get it, you'll leave work for whatever the fuck you got to get. And that's,
So
that's
the Buck Wild interlude is first and better, but the Just Blaze not second and better.
No.
even now,
It's
even
just
when
where
you
you
say
at,
it
Just.
again.
Don't get me wrong,
Nah,
it's a dope song.
Comments. Let's do the comments.
It's definitely a dope song, and it's definitely high energy. But the fact that you first heard it on the OC album, and it came out, and he was like, "Yo, why didn't he rhyme to that? Yo, I can't wait to hear somebody rhyme to that." You know what I'm saying?
That was,
But
yeah.
just like how Pete rocking it with just freak little beats, and like, "Yo, I can't believe CL didn't rhyme to that."
Make a whole song out of that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just heard recently, Pete Rock said that Biggie wanted to make an album out of just his interludes. After Pete Rock was like, "Yo, give me the interludes, son."
Whoa.
Like, just can you imagine that Biggie over the Pete Rock interludes?
That'd be crazy.
I got a family gathering for God, Billy Watkins, and the joint on here is called Family Tragedy, Sugar. And I got this from Record Recycler. Shout out to my man Roy. And this, strange enough, is a gospel record. And the Family Tragedy, Sugar, is like a pseudo cover of Get Out My Life Woman. We sing Get Out My Life Now Sugar. Because I guess a lot of people in his family died of diabetes and affected him. But I got this from the Record Recycler. I found them on the Humble. I think I was looking for record stores in LA, and it popped up an article about them. And I called, they said they were open. It was a Saturday morning. And I ran up there, and I've been a patron ever since. You know, it's one of those spots where you just dig.
Yeah,
You know, but he got fair
Shout
prices, and his whole philosophy is records for $6. You know, I mean, you'll see a few things. Price to move. I see a few things more, but he's saying if I buy a record for $3, I'm selling it for $6. I might edit this out because he might not want to sell it.
Strategy.
Yeah. And I got this at PM Sounds. This is Wendell Harrison, Dreams of a Love Supreme. And anybody that's really into spiritual jazz records, this is a holy grail. You know what I'm saying? Look it up on Disguise Pop Site. You see what I'm talking about. And this is a dope album. Wendell Harrison plays the saxophone, but
Are you sure it's a saxophone this time?
you know, I don't want to make Calabrese get mad at me. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But
bunch of fallacies in this.
but
Come on, fact checker.
you know what I'm saying? What I like about his albums though is like it kind of sounds almost like a Lonnie Liston Smith type album almost. It's like the grooves are like that. You know what I mean? And
But that's something you just buy automatically on the cover. Look at the cover on
the
that,
cover's
man.
L too.
That's an automatic
Actually,
buy.
I saw the cover when I went in the store. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Irv, who owns PM Sounds.
Oh, man.
And
Irving is the best.
yeah, Irv, man. Shout out to Irv. He had this on the wall, and I was like, Irv, what is that? Like that cover is sick.
That cover is sick.
And he's like, that's Wendell Harrison, Dreams of Love Supreme. He's like, it's a dope jazz, album. And even when it came out in the 80s, he's like, oh, this album is crazy. So I said, let me check it out. And I had to go on, online real quick, listen to it. Somebody posted it online. I was like, ooh, this is nice. I got to get this. Irv, rack it up.
Nice.
So I definitely recommend you get this if you ever see it. You don't pop up that much, but when you do, scoop it. Wendell Harrison, Dreams of Love Supreme. Let's do it.
Yeah, and actually, one of the cleanest record stores in all of California.
Ever.
You can literally eat off the floor in that place. It's literally that clean. I always tell you, Irvin, you got the cleanest record store.
Yeah, very well kept.
Very well kept. No junk. Nothing beat up.
All the records clean.
Mm-hmm. I can't even say that. He can say that. I can't say that.
They spick and span spotless.
Yes.
and here's the crazy thing. I mean, that's why you almost don't mind paying a little bit extra. You know what I'm saying? Money when because you're like, wow, it's like everything is so pristine.
Pristine. All right.
Oh, wow.
We got Spanish
Willie
Grease, and
Bobo.
actually signed by Eric Bobo at the bottom.
Wow.
This record here, I believe signed by Eric Bobo there at the bottom there. Amazing album. Amazing Spanish Latin jazz. One of my favorites. Been sampled on Mellow Man Ace's. What is that? What was the name of that Mellow Man Ace song? The only one he had.
Mentirosa.
Yeah, Mentirosa. This is that one jam there. Found this one here. Where did I find this record at? I think I found this in that South Bay area too at Gold Boy Records. No longer there.
Yes.
An amazing
old school, baby.
Off of PCH.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, I don't get around anymore, so I don't really go to record stores anymore. So most of my shops have closed down. So Gold Boy Records
Gold Boy was the bomb.
was another amazing record store back in the South Bay.
One of the only record stores that used to stay open super late. They used to close like 11.
Yeah, yeah. So every time I was heartbroken or a girl broke my heart, I would drive over there and
go to a record store.
Yeah, go record shopping.
And then right down the street, like maybe a block away, was another store called Round Sound. Remember them?
No,
Round
I
Sound
remember.
crazy.
There was
and
like
then down the street was a JDC. JDC was down the street too.
And then Aviation Records on Aviation. You go up the little hill.
Crazy. Those were nice, good times.
Old digger days. Old digger days.
Soul Portrait, Willie Hutch. It was sealed when I bought it. And I got this record from Avalon Vintage, which is a clothing store / record store. A very eclectic place. And I believe this record was from Wilt Chamberlain's collection. You know, he had bought Wilt Chamberlain a collection of records that was owned by him, and I believe this is one of them. So I've been wanting this one for a long time. Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher. That's the jam on here. That's what made me
original
seek this
seal,
out.
everything. Nice.
But yeah, I mean, Avalon Vintage, they got some good stuff in there. I've scooped a few fools up in there a few times. You know, it's kind of a small group of people, and you get to know everybody, and everybody has their track where what time they hit the record stores or when they hit it and stuff. So you cross paths a lot, and sometimes you'll see a record one day, and you don't pick it up. You think, oh, I'll go back the next day and get it. Well, you messed up because now that guy, you know, the other digger's on the site, when he sees it, he's not going to pass it up. So you either got to, you know, have him hold it for you or hide it deep in the bins or just be like, hey.
Yeah, and I've actually caught many hidden records in my shop. Many out-of-place records in this shop, you know, but that's what we got to do, and I totally understand it. You know, and I try to tell my customers, if you see it today, and just because you touched it, it's got that, you put something on it. Now everybody's gonna want to look at that record, and it happens. It happens.
Energy, huh?
Yeah, it really does get that energy. One record, literally, this Willie Bobo can be sitting in the bins for weeks. Somebody picks it up. 4 or 5 people are gonna pick it up that day, and someone's gonna pull the trigger on it, and that's it. And that's it. And then you never see that record again for years, or you might. As soon as you pull the trigger, you might see it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's always like that. You're like, I just bought this yesterday.
I was in a place called Make Collectives.
Okay.
It's in Long Beach. It's basically it's like a clothing boutique / record store. One day the owner, the record store guy, and he's like, he's like, you know, I see you guys here all the time with the whoop, and he's talking, you know, chit chat with him. He's like, you know, I got like downstairs in the basement, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of records. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, you guys want to come down and check them out? He's like, yes. We do. So we immediately went downstairs and just went through everything.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Stayed there for hours. And within that little dig was this little piece right here. Ambiance. E-boom.
How was the record itself? Was it
Record's clean.
Wow.
record clean?
Yeah, but the cover, as you see, is not. But this is a spiritual jazz masterpiece. Anybody that collects spiritual jazz records, y'all know about this already. It's a holy grail. And you just don't see it that much. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this covers is beat to shit, but I gotta get it. Starter for real.
Yeah. there's some things that, even a starter, you know, to somebody that would be the holy grail to them, because you know, they've been looking for that one.
I was like,
in any condition.
If the wax is clean, you can't really consider it a starter.
Well,
because you can't play the cover.
True that, but
True.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, look at starter copies.
I know cats
that
that die by the cover.
There is. Like, they're gonna play it. Like, they're gonna play the cover.
Because I mean, it's like if the music, if it's clean, I'm happy. If it's scratchy, then it's like, all right, I got to find another one. But if the wax is clean and the cover's just a little beat up.
Well, if you see it out there in your travels like I did, scoop it up. Ambiance. Ebon, a masterpiece, incredible record, sick. Manny, what you got, man?
All right, man. Let me see what else in the back wall of stuff back there. Glenn Christopher here. Big, giant, amazing. You wouldn't even think that the instrumentals on this motherfucker would really be on this thing here. Actually, I didn't pick this up at a record store, but this comes from a bulk purchase, not really one from a store. This is the Lynn Christopher. Amazing,
very clean
instrumentation on it. Very clean, minimal wear on the jacket. But this is something that, again, you would have asked me about a month ago. Had no idea. This is something that, again, as a record store owner or as people, you don't know everything. So you want to learn from your customers, you know, and that's something that if you're too cool and you know it all, you don't know it all, my dude. And this is one here that I saw in the back of their watching their episodes of Everything OG. I'm like, yo, I think I've seen that record before. I'm gonna keep an eye out on it.
Why do they have it on the wall?
And there it is. Yeah. I'm like, what is it? So I played it, and I can see why it's on the wall. One of the baddest intros I've heard on a song in a minute. And so yeah, this one here from a bulk purchase of about.
Now, do you know why? Do you know why it is? Obviously the break or slash
that intro, sample. that groove sample.
But do you know why it's so heavily sought after?
No, I don't. So you could tell me why. Good.
Well, actually,
I'm a student of the game.
You got to have right. Obviously, as a digger slash DJ slash producer, that intro, a lot of cats want it for that reason. But also, Kiss, two members of the band Kiss are on this album as the backing band and in background vocals.
Oh, word!
Yes.
See, I didn't know that.
You got Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley on this album.
Word.
And Peter Criss too is on there.
And this ain't a Casablanca record? Oh, these motherfuckers are fucking
before,
up. This is a Paramount record.
This is before they were Kiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they weren't even Kiss yet.
This is why we hang out together.
So you got so you got Kiss fans that want the record, like diehard Kiss fans. Like I would have never known. The Kiss Army, you know what I mean? Wow. They want it, and you got the diggers who want it. That's why it's so generated so much buzz, because the Kiss fans want it as well as the hardcore.
That's
DJs.
amazing.
That's a good example of music crossing boundaries and culture.
Yeah, man. It's music brings us all together, man. This is why we're in this room right now, man. It's a beautiful thing. I love music. Obviously, my two dudes here love music. This is why we're in here doing this. But we like music in this format.
And Act Now, he has it for a good 140.
Yeah, 140 right now.
You saw it on Everything OG.
Hey, if you say you saw this on Everything OG, unless these guys don't buy it themselves, Daddy take care of you for sure.
Hey, you better scoop it, because I was going to get it. Y'all better scoop it. You know what I'm saying?
I got this from my neighborhood record store.
Nice.
Sound Stations. And for years I would mess up the name. I called it Sound Stations. Or, I couldn't get it right, but it's Sound Stations. Like sensational. But it's Don Julian and the Larks. Super slick.
Super bad.
That's the one with the Shorty the Pimp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See that price on it? Yes. July, a year ago, 99 cents. Come up of my lifetime. Yeah. I thought I would never find this record to buy because it's a heavy price record. But
unfortunately, they might see this episode and be like,
"Yeah, that's fine."
That's how you do it. That's how you teach them. That's how you teach them.
They had a big collection of records. They had a lot of heat in there, and this is one of them. They just, for whatever reason, he priced it at 99 cents, and I bought it.
Yeah. That's one record store that I used to get lost to, and I still, when in that area. Is it off of La Tijera?
Or it's right off of La Tijera, right across from the Del Taco.
But it splits it's got like this weird split like
That's
this, right?
Manchester and La Tijera split like an X. You got to stay straight.
There's so many times I end up by the beach, and I'm by the airport, I'm like, fuck.
Because you'll see that tire, you'll see that Firestone tire.
Yeah.
And right next to the Del Taco. You got to stay on the street. And right there at the corner, across from the Del Taco, Sound Station's on the corner.
I've literally flipped my wig trying to find this fucking place.
But they're a good record store too.
Yeah, they are a great record store.
They do have some high price records in there. A few wall records in there.
And I got this from Burger Records.
Burger.
Shout out to my boy Bobby over there.
Yeah, good cats over there.
Dennis Owens over there. And this is Bobby Bird. I Need Help. And
now I will say that Just Blaze put his foot in that one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Famous Jay-Z sample on this. I'm Not to Blame. Used it for the blueprint. And basically, what more can you say about James Brown production?
That's it, son.
It's real funky. The key cuts in here for me obviously is funky soul, and I love you gotta have a job if you don't work, you can't eat.
I think anything Bobby Bird is an automatic.
They had some titles back then, yo.
And the title Kanye Help was dope too. But
Gotta
Shout out to
trigger
the boys from
sometimes.
Burger. Thank you for having this one right here. Bobby Bro, I need help. I love this one.
Nice.
Manny Mxxnshine, what you got?
All
man?
right, let me see, man. Where am I at now? I'm gonna pull stuff back here.
Since we're talking about James Brown, I see
do
that
want to
James
see
Brown
JB.
reality right there.
This is some JB here. Yeah, I got a ton of JB right here, man. James Brown. What can you say about JB that has not already been said about James Brown?
The funky president.
This is the guy. This is as hip hop as it gets right here, man. No, hip hop does not exist without my mind right here. Right here. It just does not exist. Sorry, does not exist.
Godfather.
JB. What can I say? I don't know. You know, I'll give another shout out, another love to a record shop though. My boy Nerd Boy. When he is open, he does got some heat. You know, my man is open sparingly, but it's another great record shop. If you're a digger, it's a must go to.
Haven't been there.
It's one you got to go to. Cranky old man. He
Cranky.
knows it. He knows it. You know it. We love you, Rudy. You know, man. But he's definitely he's up there in one of those places you got to go shop. So off of Whittier Boulevard, Nerd Boy Records. He's been in the game for over 30 years for sure. Give him a shot anytime after 3 o'clock. He's open from like 3 to 4.
Bill Mason. Getting off.
Yep, nice.
Nice.
And I got this from a low-key spot called Vacation Vinyl. I first found them. I found them on the Humble one day when I was, because they were right down the street from Undefeated when I was in my tennis shoe collecting phase. And I stepped in there. I think the first record I bought from them was the Rustics with the drum break on it. And from then, you know, I just been digging, and you know, we got to talking, and he got to invite me in the secret stack. You know,
Nice.
and I'd pull some real heat out of there. And this is the latest thing I got from them, the Bill Mason Getting Off. And they're closing right now, and they're going to relocate to a new location. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Well, next up in the game for me, I'm back. Bobby Glenn and Creative Arts Ensemble. We have a little small record shop in Long Beach called Dizzy on Vinyl. And it's a tripped out store. It's like, you know, you don't really think much of it, no shade. When you go in, it's really like a lot of old records. Like it's almost thrift storage.
It's your OG dusty, dingy record shop. It's the epitome of a record shop.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Dusty, you know what I mean? But he's got like super cheap records. He even got a 50-cent section.
Yeah.
He has a new arrival section. He splits them up by genre.
Nice.
New arrival
right
soul,
when you walk in, to the
new
right.
arrival jazz, new arrival rock.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the new arrival jazz section one day, and then, bam,
Nice.
New Horizons.
Nice.
Creative Arts Ensemble, which is like the down with the Nimbus crowd. Y'all see that? And you know, obviously, you know, Jizzy. It's gonna be
Yes.
cheap.
Dizzy's
So,
never expensive.
you know what I mean? So I was happy about that. Then like a couple weeks later, I walk in, new arrival soul section.
Nice.
Bobby Glenn, and y'all know about that, right? Shout it out. Holy Grail for a lot of people. It's got a famous Just Blaze Jay-Z sample on here. Y'all know, do your homework, as my man Boogie Block say. And this is a record you just don't see that much.
That's one record I don't see at all.
It doesn't pop up that much.
Sounds like a love song.
All right, my last one here. It's you know, it's one of those ones I think that everybody should have in their collection. And no, he's not black. He's a white guy. Bobby Caldwell. Believe I found this actually. You know, I found this at the dollar section in Amoeba. Amoeba section back in say maybe about 10 years ago. You can literally buy your entire collection of burners, bangers, and grails for $1 at Amoeba.
Yeah.
I would go there. If you guys know me, I'd be there in the morning.
I think I ran into
You
you one
know,
morning.
would be waiting in the morning, 10:30. Go have lunch, come back. They refill the bins at 12. Buy those. Buy the new chunk again. Go back. I'd go to Santa Monica, come back, and then pick up the new batch they just put in again at 3.
Wow.
So I had
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I actually had Amoeba down to a science.
Wow. That's
You
dope.
know, to where people were like, people thought I had something going on with the owners or something, because I was pulling out dollies worth of boxes of records. James Brown, the original with the hyped up skirt, 50 cents, $1. But yeah, I haven't been there in a couple of years. I'm sure it's probably not as good as it used to be. But
No.
right here, Bobby Caldwell, sampled by, I think was Will Smith who sampled this? Oh, I think Will Smith.
let me
That one.
That's what you want to do for love?
Yeah.
My Flame Biggie sampled this off.
Oh, that's right. That Biggie sample.
With one
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. Doom, doom, doom.
And it was
that's
a few
right.
like people in R&B. What you want to do for love? There's one chick in the '90s that sampled it.
And it's just one of those great songs that I play. Even when I'm DJing, I play this at the end of the night, and everybody thanks me for it because it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. Beautiful, two songs, two bangers.
That's a dope record. What you got there, Building Block?
Well, I'm gonna wrap it up, man, and bring it back.
Oh, that's that one.
For my drum break heads, hard stuff, bulletproof. I think I bugged Manny about this.
Yeah. That was something that got here. And I knew nothing about it. And I was like, why is Building Block hitting me up about this rock record? And I just had just the cover.
Yeah.
And then I had just the cover, and then I finally got one in with the wax, and you got it.
Yeah. And for honorable mention, I want to talk about, I found this, 50 cents. And the late, great Blue Bag Records. They're in Boston now. They're back in Boston. Yeah, they're back in Boston. But for about a year or so, they were out here, and they had heat. And I came across this in the dollar bin, and I didn't look back. I caught a few good records in there, man. Brethren, Silvers, Walton Irvine. I really liked his model. They're now Cosmic Vinyl. The guys from Cosmic Vinyl, they took over the location. And they got a pretty good setup going on there. They got like high-end stereos and receivers and turntables and stuff. So if you're ever in that, what is that, Eagle, like high
Silver Lake?
Silver Lake, yeah, Silver Lake area, Echo Park type.
Yeah, you could do your whole, that's my sunset run.
Yeah.
Like on my sunset run,
I got to give homage to the king of Long Beach's Bagatelle Records, my man Steve Minch. Give a shout out to you. I pulled this out of there not too long ago, actually. I've been shopping there for like 20 years. I got this recently from Steve. It's Tina Mason, banger, and
I'm not up on that.
it's a David Axelrod.
Oh, is it?
Produced album. So give a shout out to Bagatelle Records on this. Like I said, that's the main spot in Long Beach we've been going to since he was kids, and you know what I mean. And that's to me is the king, and actually one of the best record stores I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah, even. I can definitely agree with you.
Yeah. It's been a lovely time hanging out with you, man.
Thank you.
No,
man. If you're looking for a little bit of this and that, come check out the shop. That's pretty much it. We're filling the bins daily. My boys can tell you here, there's this and that in the bins.
We got you on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Instagram is Mxxnshine Records. That MXX, which is just a play on words, but it's Moonshine, not Mxxnshine or Mxxnshine. It's just Mxxnshine Records. And that's pretty much it, man. Thank you guys, man.
Thank you for having us,
it's a blessing, man. Thank you guys. And we'll see you guys here. If you guys mention the show, I'm hooking you guys up 25% off. You gotta mention the show within the next 3 days. That's 72 hours.
Well, 3 days from when this is aired.
Yeah, from when it's aired. Oh, yeah.
It's been out the air.
I'm like, yo, man, nobody came by.
I'll try to get it out expeditiously.
Yeah.
But once again, it's been another successful episode of Everything OG. My name is Demon the Digger, Mr. Everything OG.
I'm B-Dub.
Manny Moonshine.
Peace.
Peace.
This is a record I bought from my man Manny Sunshine right here. Soul Searchers and Soul of the Earth, and I guess this is like probably the data. Everything OG might have been sparked.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We both came up here the same day for this record.
To me, it's like to me, I think it's like the second most sampled freaking beat on the planet.
Yeah,
like that thing is that roach clip. Yeah,
it's a tie, or is it they fighting it out?
I wanted this one more than anything. I remember wanting that one for my own self back in the day, where I need that.
Yeah. Classic record if I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Soul Searchers. Soul breaks and beats, Pain in Full, drum break. The list goes on and on, etc., etc. But thanks again for
on my phone.
having this.
Yeah.
And